Hello, good afternoon. How are you doing? Hope your day started well. It is my pleasure to be here once again for introductory purposes. My name is Oyinkansola Alabi. I work in the capacity of a doctor of behavioral psychology. I hope that you guys are good. Your day has been beautiful. I've been enjoying my life. Thank you for saying you're amazing. Your page has been one of the best things that has happened to me on Instagram. Thank you so much. Please help me tell your friends, tell everybody to show up. We're going to be having a beautiful conversation this afternoon where I am. I know that it is evening, at some places. Could you please let me know what country you are representing? What country are you representing? What country, where are you watching and listening from? What country are you representing? Talk to me, rep your country. I mean the country you are experiencing this conversation from, not your country of origin. What country are you listening to me from, please? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Nigeria is in the house. Debbie Jayola. Debbie, when are you going to put me on allowance? What's going on? What's happening to our love? Our love used to be very hot. What's going on? I've missed you, Debbie. Nigeria. Where are my UK citizens? Where are my German tribe members? Where are my Ghanaians? Where are my Americans? Where are my who else? Saudi Arabians? Is that what they are called? At this point, I'm getting confused. Yeah, Saudi Arabians. Yeah, I think that's true. And then Indians, Kenyans, Rwandans, awesome people that follow me. Good to see all of us. Somi is in the UK. Just rep the country you're listening from. Namibia is here. Mandy is representing Namibia. Somi is representing the United Kingdom. So many people are representing Nigeria. I am representing the US. Where else are you listening to me from? Let's know. Let's connect before we get into the conversation. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. It's a beautiful, beautiful afternoon where I am. Wow, somebody said I asked for allowance from my friend this morning and I got it. Are you serious? Me, I'm even here to get my own. I think I'm asking the wrong people. I think people think that I don't need help. So they don't even think of me. Are you serious? You need to pay title. Me that I give you the idea. Okay, good afternoon to us all. Today's conversation is titled How to Know Yourself, Know Your Stuff, Know your source. I'll say it again. How to know yourself, know your stuff, know your source. What does this mean? I was thinking through what has been happening in a couple of years, and it occurred to me that we've been dealing with inflation for a while. Initially, it was very subtle, maybe because we're also dealing with the pandemic. We didn't really focus on the inflation, but now the inflation is everywhere. And if you're not careful, your earning capacity may be slower than the inflation. So your capacity to earn, even if you're doing something bigger or times 10, may not even be enough for you, because as you earn, you spend. So it just looks like your bills are catching up with you more than your income. And I was saying to myself, what exactly is one way in which we can hedge the inflation? How can we hedge inflation? What can we do differently? Instead of lamenting and complaining, what can we do differently? And what must we do differently? Because there are some things that are in our capacity and within our control. There are a lot of other things that are not within our control. And then inflation is one of the things that is definitely not within our control, because it is controlled by economics and leaders of government and so many other things. we are citizens of nations. We would contribute our part, but there's so many things that we are not in control of, and this definitely feels like one of them. So I was thinking to myself, what must we do differently? What must happen and all? And where this thought took me to was my life 2 years ago, who I was 2 years ago, what I needed to do, and who I have become today. 2 years ago, there was a step that I wanted to make business wise, and the step was going to cost me times 10 of what we were doing before. Now there were two options: to succeed or to fail. And logically, everybody who wanted to advise me said to me, you are not taking a huge step, you are actually flying. Like, it is no longer you jumping, you are flying. And if you are moving from, let's say, $20,000 to 200, and you want to move from 40,000 to 400, or you want to move from 50 to 500, this is a risk, not even just a huge risk. This is a major risk, and we need to be sure you are aware. So we ran the numbers, everything. It didn't make sense, but I knew within me that it was what we were supposed to do, and we took the step. I remember that the first 2 or 3 weeks I had sleepless nights because I was thinking, what if this was a wrong decision? What if this was a wrong decision? And while I was thinking through that, what I was doing was, I knew that I couldn't fail. Failure was not an option. And I knew that even if we were going to fail, it would not be because we didn't try, or it would not be because we didn't give our all. It would not be because we didn't push ourselves beyond boundaries. So I said to myself, I would rather fail by design or by nature than fail by my laziness or nonchalance or procrastination or whatever it is. So I pushed myself, during the pandemic. We increased our prices from what it was to 150%. Like, let's think of it as if you were charging $200 before, you now move to $500. Yes, something like that. So everything we did was a push, and everybody thought that it was what you would call good intentions, bad timing, and it didn't make sense number wise, but I just had this intuition that we needed to do it. And I also said to myself, if failure is not an option, and if you were not scared of anything, what would you be doing? This particular leap turned out to be very successful. It wasn't just successful, it happened to be one of the best decisions I made in my life. But the decision was hinged on something. It was hinged on me knowing myself, me saying to myself that you know very well that if you are not scared of anything, what will you be doing? If money was not a problem, what would you be doing? If fear was not on the table, what will you be doing? And it occurred to me that if these two things were not there, this particular move, this particular step is what I would be doing, and I went for it. It is very crucial that at this time, during this inflation, the pandemic, we should take stock of ourselves. And if you've listened to me and you've been listening to me before, it is called internal audit. You should sit yourself down beyond what is on your CV. What skills do you have? What do you do better than other people? And it's not a sign of competition, it's a sign of strength analysis. Know your strength. What do you do better than other people? What do you do differently? My mentor will say, what is your distinct solution system? It's just not your unique, there's something called unique UPS or USP. Yeah, unique USP. I don't know the meaning right now. But my mentor will say your distinct solution system. What is it? What do you do differently? What do you do better than everybody else? What is your defining skill? Why should people patronize your product or your service? Why should they hire you? Why should they have you as a consultant? What value do you bring to the table that it looks like you offer more than other people? Thank you, Pastor Nike. Yeah, unique selling points. Yeah, my brain just, you think just hooked there. Thank you, ma. You know, what do you offer people that is different? Thank you, Larry Odeshola. You know, what do you offer people that is different? You must be able to sit down and analyze it. I see you also, Shady. You know, you must be able to sit down and analyze that, you know what, as a therapist, as a coach, as a consultant. So if you ask me, for example, what do I do differently? In a session with me, be assured that you would encounter what I call your breakthrough moment. 90 minutes with me will help you grow immediately, and you would achieve 3 things. In that 90 minutes, you will move from a life of meaninglessness to meaning. In that 90 minutes, you will move from a life of dissatisfaction to satisfaction. In that 90 minutes, you will move from a place of unhappiness to happiness. Those are my unique selling points. That is my distinct solution system. An encounter with me is an encounter with breakthrough. I give you beauty for ashes. I give you joy for mourning. I replace death with life, and I'm very aware. You know, I do not just operate with what you call science. I operate with the spirit. Then I even have skills. So I have the capacity to understand your past, to enhance your present, and to articulate your future. So what you are paying me for is not what you would call a cost. It is an investment. So I say to you, give me 20 years of your pain for 90 minutes of what you call an immediate breakthrough and an encounter. You have been holding this burden of depression and trauma and unhappiness and anger and adverse childhood experiences and so many pain within you. And I'm saying, just hand them over to me in exchange for strength, in exchange for clarity, in exchange for speed, in exchange for purpose. So I am very clear with what I offer. So I am not working as a hustler. I am re-engineering, redesigning, excavating, and evacuating people. You know, so I choose my clients. My clients don't choose me. That you want to pay me does not mean I want to be paid by you. And it comes from a place of humility. I need to be sure that what you need is what I desire to offer and what I am capable of offering. I need to be sure that you are desperate for your success as I'm desperate to help you. So beyond the money, your life is important to me. Your joy is important to me. I genuinely want you to succeed. So if you are not interested in succeeding, I am not the coach for you. Success comes with work, it comes with resilience, it comes with patience, it comes with understanding, it comes with a whole lot of calmness and speed and power and intentionality. So we need to be sure. Can two work together except they agree? We need to be sure that as a couple, when I say as a couple, as a professional couple going somewhere together, we will sit down, design what you desire, and then say, this is my responsibility to you. This is what I would appreciate that you bring on board. Are we game? Are we together? Is this a deal? Once we say it's a deal, we hook up. That's my distinct solution system, and my investment fee reflects that. When people say you charge so high, I say compared to what? Private jets are not high, they just have their target audience. If Ferrari is not expensive, they have their target audience. So it depends on what exactly you are looking for, and be assured that there are professionals at every level for you. So when you deal at a particular level, we're saying to you, come up higher. Because what a professional will achieve in 7-8 sessions, we would achieve in 90 minutes. We've been here for a long time. We have studied the pros and cons, the failure and the success. And beyond all of that, this is what we live for. This is our noble goal. This is what we breathe. This is why we wake up every morning. The passion to ensure that we rescue as many people as possible from a life of depression and purposelessness. So it is very clear. Know yourself. Know what you're bringing on board. enough of please, if you see this, it costs you nothing to retweet. It's not a matter if it costs you nothing to retweet. What solution are you providing? What solution are you providing? Your friends don't have to patronize you if you are very great. Friends don't owe you patronage. Yes, they can patronize you if you're very good, you keep to your word and you deliver. But if you don't deliver and all those things, they don't owe you any patronage. Your family members don't owe you patronage if you are going to mess up. Let's stop all this babysitting, pamper wearing, emotional blackmail. No, I don't owe you any patronage if you are going to waste my money. The onus is on you that when I give you money, give me value. Don't accept money and disappear. Humans don't do that. Do you understand? So let's operate at a higher and play a bigger game. Inflation is showing up. Every time you show up at the market or in the mall, things are more expensive. There was one yogurt I used to drink every time. It's like double the price now. That's when I now remember that it's not an addiction. It's not that deep. You know, when you begin to say, this your craving is expensive. I'm telling you. I used to like pepper snail when I was living in Nigeria. You know, but pepper snail in Dallas now is about $50. That's when I now remember that this addiction is not that deep. Chicken is $8 or $9. The day I remember that I can afford it, I'll buy it. But half of the time, I'm not interested. Just like, please, don't stress me. Do you understand? So enough of the emotional blackmail. Please retweet, please kinikon. Focus on your craft. That takes me to the next one. The first that we said was know yourself. The second is know your stuff. Ensure that before you go to bed daily, you know 1% more than everybody else in your industry. And you are not competing with them. You are just ensuring that you are not the industry leader. You are the industry. I don't know who my competitors are. My business development team, every other person, everybody else is involved in that. What I'm involved in at Emotion City is brain work. Everybody else is doing operations, management, those things. They can be studying competitors. I am not interested in competitor. I just want to deliver results and I want to help as many people as possible. So I am not, they can be doing the formulas and the numbers, but I just want to focus on the results and the customer experience. Know your stuff. Some of us are not as great as we pretend to be. You know, sometimes what you are on your CV is different. They now tell you to come and do the work. It will now look like they hired a fraud. Don't go and hand over your CV to CV writers and recruitment specialists to revamp and redesign and Photoshop it and rewrite everything. If you cannot deliver, don't let it be in your CV. Some people will say fluent in French. They will now say that you should speak the French. The thing will be sounding like tongues. Do not tell lies on your CV, on LinkedIn, anywhere. Who you are is what should be on paper. It's like me saying that I'm an accountant or a chartered accountant when numbers even disturb my brain. Know your stuff. Be an oracle in your field. This will come with pain and this will come with work, but do it so that you can harvest the pleasure when it is ready. Every success story, there are some success stories that I know about and I usually talk about them. Prince Owo is one of them. Kemi Adetiba is one of them. I have so many friends that I know how much they grind. There was one time Praise was doing a YouTube, he was teaching on YouTube daily. I think he did it for 2 months every day. And it was, I think, around maybe 1 a.m. or 3 a.m., one midnight time. Some of us will say, I cannot kill myself for you, go and sleep. Please. I don't have a problem with you resting. Rest so that you won't rest in peace. But the glamour that we see online, that we want to be like, comes with a lot of work. That's the reason why I don't mentor people, because I see that mentoring is like brand association. When you see the work that I do and I tell you to do it, there's a tendency that you will call me a wicked person. If I tell you to be up till 2 a.m. to get a job done, you will put hashtag horrible bosses. Practice what you preach. Instagram is that field where we showcase everything, but blood, sweat, and work goes behind. They all go behind the scene. Know your stuff. Please help me tell your neighbor, tap your neighbor, know your stuff. Don't be one of the financial frauds that they will pay for a service and you will not deliver the service. You'll be giving excuses. When they hire you, deliver as an associate, as a team player, as a staff. Don't let them hire you and be wondering what kind of mistake they made. Like, are you not interested in preserving your name? Do you have a work legacy? Like, do you really want people to encounter you and be thinking, God forbid? Know your stuff. Don't be in a hurry to hype yourself. Increase your depth. Like, go deeper. Let deep call unto deep. Go deeper. Become a well. You know, there's a word that Yorubas in Nigeria call God, and it is Agbomagbe. The meaning of Agbomagbe is that no matter what we take out of you, God never dries up. Become the many-breasted one in your industry. You know, let people know that, no, when you give this person this job, you can go to bed. Not that they will pay you for something and they will be micromanaging you. That's a spice of witchcraft. How are you collecting money and you don't want to do anything? So the first thing I said was know yourself. The second thing I said was know your stuff. It is those that know their stuff that will be strong and they will do exploits. If you don't know your stuff, you will be weak and you will be exploited. Dedicate hours every day to increase your depth. Oh, there's no light. I hear you. Can you read a book till darkness overshadows you? Can you listen to a podcast? You can't keep saying there's no light. There are other people in other countries that are moving ahead. And people will not use darkness as an excuse for you. Do you understand? Like, we have to be mildly intentional and hard on ourselves. Rest. Go for holidays. Enjoy pleasure. Like, enjoy. But do the work. All these shortcuts that we are doing, it's not going to work. Where you want to do small work, you know, there's even a prayer tied to it. That's fraud. And we can see our report card. You want the highest amount for the tiniest. How? Are you serious? When you check out the 10 world richest, what do you think they do? Have you checked? Have you browsed? Does it look like they just fly around, cross their legs? Have you checked their work ethic and how they work? Or you are just saying you want to enjoy your life and you are singing a song and that's it? Or you are waiting for someone to forget money on the road? The wealth of the wicked will be transferred to you. Know your stuff. Value attracts resources, attracts opportunities, attracts platforms. There are some people today, if they say invest in my company, they will not look for investors. Investors will be looking for them. Appreciate your clients. Not that people will pay you for a service, you won't deliver, you will block them. You won't deliver, you would insult them. Anyhowness does not function in my tribe, Fluffy Life Association. No. We are saviors, like Praise will say. We are ancestors. We improve ourselves daily. When you are broke, you should ask yourself a question. What value am I offering in return for money? Money does not understand that you are praying. Money understands product and service. That's why the world riches are not necessarily subscribed to any religion. Because money does not understand prayers. You need a product and service. You need value exchange, except you want to rob or you want to steal. So please know yourself. Please know your stuff. Improve, increase, bury yourself in debt daily. Some people say, oh, I don't like to read. Can you at least listen? Oh, I don't like to listen to podcasts. Can you watch something? Oh, I don't like to read. I don't like to listen. I don't like to watch. What do you like to do? Receive money. Are you a payment gateway? A payment gateway then? Payment gateway. You just want to be receiving money. Really? Offering baskets. There's work. Oh. Work to be done. Plenty work. Anything you want to become, you will work for it. The final one is know your source. I've spoken about know yourself. I've spoken about know your stuff. And I said, just ensure that you are 1% better than everybody in your industry daily. Know 1% more. Google up, subscribe to magazines, websites like Fast Company, Harvard Business School or Business Review, Reddit. Read far and wide. Check out the etymology of words, history and origin of words. Check out cause and effect. Check out a lot of things that people will not even check out. Leave the horizon. Go deeper. Ask questions. Why is this like this? Why is this like this? Why is this like this? Question theories. Like, don't just be on social media. Follow people who think well and who have results. And then it will also cost you money. I always tell people, money brings money. You must invest in yourself to make money. I don't know about these freebies and stuff. As of today, I have 117 videos on my YouTube. You can watch them for free. But be assured that there are at least 70% of things you don't know that are not in those videos, that you will only get when you pay for courses. You will only get when you join my executive tribe. You would only get at a certain level, because the more you pay for something, the more attention you pay. Or no, when you pay attention. Let me phrase it like that. All these freebies and something, I am very aware it won't take you to where you desire to go, except you don't want to go far. Yeah. But if you genuinely want to get to some strange places, you will pay for it. People pay as high as $150,000 for coaching. 2 hours, 3 hours. Don't say, what are they going to say? Sometimes it's not even what is said. It is the connection attached to it. It is the fact that they can recommend you to someone. They can refer your work to someone. Just one recommendation, introduction, connection is a game changer. All this mental calculation, as if you don't deserve good things, we must stop it. Someone will ask you for ₦1 million or $1,000. You will most likely give them. If your friends were ill, you will push and go above and beyond to sort them out. What about yourself? The greatest hedge against this inflation is your skill. It is what is in your head. If there's nothing in your head, you will just be shouting, sapa, 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 like hunger, hunger, hunger. So please know yourself, please know your stuff. Finally is know your source. Know your source means who you defer to, the flavor of God you desire to worship. Stay connected to Him, build a relationship. Don't just show up at the doorstep of your source to ask for favors and favors and favors. Build a relationship, ask Him for wisdom. You know, when people say God is a provider, God is a protector, I totally agree, I love it. The other part is that God is a genius. God is an architect, God is an artist, God is a healer, He's a designer. God is a genius. Have you tapped into the capacity of His brain? Have you even attempted 1% of His brain? The one who created me is a genius. So I rest in His wisdom. I rest in His knowledge and understanding. I take pleasure in exploring Him. Know your source. You must be connected to your source at every point in time, not to talk of in a crisis. I don't know how people who don't defer to any God operate, but I've come to observe that faithlessness is a sign of faith, but this time around is a faith in nothing. The fact that you don't believe in any God is what I call faith in nothing. And it's a sign of faith also, that you are so dogged that despite what you see, you choose not to believe in a God. That's faith. Know yourself, know your source, know your stuff. That is how to hedge against this inflation. Inflation is not going to respond to just prayers. When you see the leaders of countries, you will see that not all of them works in the will of God and will respond to prayer. Some of them have to rest in peace before things will change. Do you understand? What you can do is what is within your control. So if you are here screaming hunger, supper, whatever, that you have a phone and you have data is enough for you. It's enough for you. Dedicate the next 6 months to your growth. Sometimes people are so scared of their growth, they are so used to who they are that changing bothers them. Dedicate the next 6 months to your growth. Wake up in the morning, drink water, exercise, read a book, think, sell, create. Or you can change it again. Think, create, and sell. Those are the 3 things you must do. You must think, you must create, you must sell. Selling is 50%. Because you can think and create, and when you don't sell, it will be on your shelf. It's like you have something good hidden in your house, like the best kept secret. In this inflation, if you want power to change hands, you must be in charge of it. You can't be whining and crying. People are getting wealthy during this time. People are learning different skills. People are doing so many things. If you go on Twitter, you'll be hearing of affiliate marketing, different crazy stuff. Crazy. And people are making money. But you can't be singing a song at every point in time. The poor will always be with us does not mean that you should remain poor. And it wasn't you God was talking about. The hedge against inflation is to know yourself, know your stuff, know your source. If you are not improving yourself daily, you will expire. You know how apps have bugs and they have to tell you that there's a latest version, you should update and update. Some of us are not in 2022. Some of us are in 1988. Your thinking capacity is in 1988. To change is a problem. And it's not that you need therapy or something. No, you just prefer to be stuck and to be rigid. If you like the result, I agree with you. But if you don't like that result, you cannot be thinking like a 1988 citizen in 2022. You can't even think the same way you thought in 2021. Like, the world is moving so fast. If you are not paying attention, it's like saying you're not on TikTok. It is very strange that you're not on TikTok if you are not there. TikTok is the shortest way to go viral. The gentleman called Khaby Lame, as of 2 years ago, was was fired. He was actually a factory worker. He was laid off. Now he's the most followed brand. Khaby Lame, KhabyLame. He's the most followed brand on TikTok. Imagine if 2 years ago, all he did was to lament. And the irony of it is that all those people who used to say a closed mouth is a closed destiny, Khaby Lame's life proves that wrong, because he has never spoken. That's the guy who does this at every point in time on TikTok. And is the most followed TikTok person in the world. And he has never said a word. So if you are saying a closed mouth is a closed destiny, then you see that his destiny is not closed. Thank you for buying a badge, Chisom. Thank you so much. People are buying badges to bless me. Rotimi Itayo, I saw you. Please buy like 100 badges. In fact, just send me money. Like $2,000. Let me just use it to even forget myself. 2 years ago, Khaby Lame was fired. 2 years after, he's the most followed brand on TikTok. Do you know what that means? Imagine if he charges $1 million to post. But if he had died in his store 2 years ago, complaining, lamenting, cursing his boss and saying they were wicked for firing him during a pandemic. Some of us are not on TikTok. Your product is not on TikTok. And no matter what you sell, so it's not a matter of, I can't dance. Go and check my videos on TikTok. My handle is The Emotions Doctor. THE, then Emotions and Doctor. There's absolutely no way you are not on TikTok. Like, social media is a distribution channel that you can distribute anything for free. You can go to bed as a laid-off staff, wake up the next day as an icon. That's how your life can change. And with this life-changing gift, some of us are still complaining. Yet we have phones and we have data. Like, what is going on? There are remote jobs. If you can deliver, don't go and look for a job that they will curse you on. If you don't want to deliver, just be under your duvet and be watching Netflix. People's disposable incomes now are being monitored. So don't accept any amount you can't deliver on. Don't go and call one strange price and you know that your delivery doesn't match that investment. Because that's the shortest way to attract customers to yourself, and it will catch you. So don't let us be deceiving ourselves. When you cheat somebody else, you will get the consequences of cheating. So to hedge against inflation, 3 things has to happen. Please know yourself, know your stuff, and know your source. Where is inflation going to? I don't know. There are some countries now, dollar to naira is about 617 or 15 or 10 to 1. Like, how? How are people paying school fees and everything through that rate? It just simply means that we need to earn currencies that align. So spend naira in naira countries, spend dollar in dollar countries, spend pounds in pound countries. So now you can't pick one currency and be fighting war against another. They are not aligning anymore. A couple of years back, it was 160, 180, and we're still complaining. Is it going to 1,000? I have no idea. Is it stopping where it is? I don't know. But what I know is, once your head is full, once your brain is full, once you know your stuff, your source, and yourself, you can hedge it. I am not scared of inflation. I'm a highly paid expert. I am highly skilled, but it cost me money, it cost me blood, it cost me sweat, and it is still costing me. So let us continue to work hard. If you are yet to experience your breakthrough, it is closer than you started. You can't give up now, because your breakthrough may just be 2-3 hours away. You can't give up now. It is closer. We are all working smart, working hard, and connecting. But you are that hedge. Please say to your neighbor, you are the hedge. You are the hedge. And this is definitely not a time that you will be saying you don't feel good enough. No, this is not that kind of time. This is not a time where you will be looking for encouragement. People's emotional bandwidth now, it's not a lot. Like, it's not a lot at all. It's not a lot. People don't have too many things to offer other people anymore. And it's not from a place of wickedness. We're all stressed. We're all tired. When people send me DMs that, could you please reach out to, I'm like, even me, I need help. I'm under my pillow now, busy. Like, I'm just sleeping. And it's I'm busy sleeping. It's also work. I am sleeping. That's work. I can't reach out to anybody. It is the person who has blood that will give blood, or that can donate blood. I'm not reaching out to anybody. I'm not the many-breasted one or indispensable or never. No, I'm limited, and I'm well, any English, just put it there. I'm a limited resource, and I have no shame in saying it. When you say, I'm sorry, I can't help. And it's not a place of wickedness. I just want to rest. No. If I wasn't on earth, who else will help? This is a time when you will encourage yourself. If you have encouragers, I'm grateful for them. But if you don't have encouragers, people are not wicked. They are just trying to find their way in this life. Nobody has been on earth before. We're all using this one life for the first time. And we're all failing forward. So it's not that somebody has one manual that they are now consulting. Chapter 4. The people have come before. We are seniors in life. There's no senior anywhere. The pandemic caught everybody by surprise, even the futurists. It is the future that is revealed to you that you can articulate. Do you understand? So you can't be angry with anybody, because nobody owes you anything. So let's just arrange ourselves. You would hail yourself. You will hype yourself. You will show up for yourself. You will praise yourself. You would bless yourself. If you have extras, fantastic. If you don't have, and Taiwo encouraged himself. Nobody owes you any encouragement. Only God. And if you don't talk to him, he will think that you are self-sufficient also. You will just day your day. So please know yourself, know your stuff, and know your source. For everybody who has signed up for the Inner Child Workshop, I will see you in a couple of days when the workshop starts. The Reparenting Your Inner Child Workshop is for everyone who has gone through depression, trauma, adverse childhood experiences, anger issues, anger management issues, like people who know that there's a disconnection between their childhood and their adulthood, people who know that they miss themselves. When you think of who you used to be and you say to yourself, oh, I miss myself, something has changed, you should be in that class with me. I wrote about a story, a fictional story called See Me on my post. If you check my handle, Emotions Doctor, just check my pinned post on See Me. I wrote about it, how to reparent your inner child workshop. Other flyers are also there, Reparenting Your Inner Child Workshop. It is extremely key. If you experience a dysfunctional inner child, you will malfunction in adulthood. When adults malfunction, you will most likely trace it to their childhood. A broken child will most likely be a broken adult if there was no intervention. Broken parents will most likely raise broken children if they didn't encounter an intervention. Brokenness does not disappear because of success. Like success does not drown brokenness. Success will expose it. because you will be successful and broken. You'll be externally successful, internally misaligned and disturbed. So I have been there before. I have worked on myself and I'm still doing the work. That is the reason why I desire to work with some professionals in the month of July. Send me a DM to join the class. Please read Simi's story also. Send me a DM to join the class. You can't desire global relevance and be broken. You will be globally relevant but broken. Do you understand? You will be abroad and be malfunctioning. You will show up at different places and they will know that something is fundamentally wrong. But you will not know because it's your hidden and blind self. So that's the reason why I'm saying come attend the family meeting. The investment fee is $175. Attend the family meeting. It's a 6-hour engagement broken down into 3 days, 2 hours each day. A highly confidential meeting, so no matter who you are, you should be there, male and female, especially if you desire to be an achiever and a highly paid expert. You should be in class with me. You can't be ascending the career ladder and be broken at the same time. You will be a broken CEO, a broken wife, a broken mother, a broken father, a broken husband. Brokenness will be your unique selling point. Everybody will know that something is fundamentally wrong. And after a while, they will no longer give excuses for you, because to whom much is given, much is expected. There's a level where people expect you to have embraced your healing. There's a level where you must embrace your healing if you are going to go far. So it's been my pleasure hanging out with you once again. I hope that you were able to take something out. A recap: to hedge against inflation, please know yourself, please know your stuff, and know your source. Stay in touch with those three. With yourself, with your skill, update your skill like crazy. Update it madly. Know everything you should know and then some. Do you understand? Know every year must meet you. You know, I looked at my CV 2 years ago and now I couldn't recognize it. Like, I was in shock. You know, and somebody said to me that, oh, we need to update your CV. The last one we had was 2019. And when I sent it to them, they were like, wow, you have done all this in 3 years. You know, in fact, the day they told me that I've done all this in 3 years, I just went to sleep. I think it just occurred to me that, I need to be sleeping more. You know, just be on top of your game. I was watching Beyonce's Homecoming years ago. You can still watch the video on Netflix. That Homecoming video will make you understand why she is Beyonce. Just why she is Beyonce. You know, you will listen to some artists and you would understand why they are rated the way they are. This thing is not by fluff or hype, it's by depth and work. Forget the hype and PR and packaging. After a while, people will know that it's clanging cymbal, it's noise. Deepen yourself. Become what Yorubas will call agbomagbe. Let them pull you out and keep pulling you out, and you'll never run dry. Tap into the mind of the genius that created you. I'll see you at the Inner Child Workshop. Please send me a DM. It is happening this month. Send me a DM. Limited spaces are available. We are reparenting our inner child, because the higher we're going, the more we ascend the career ladder, the more we take ourselves with us. So you don't want to have a broken self. You don't want to be very successful yet be a wife beater, be a cheat, be an angry person, an angry wife, an angry mother, an angry woman, an angry man. You don't want to be a point of contact in your industry, but in your personal life, you are crying yourself to bed because everything is collapsing within you. But without you, your perfume your Louboutin, your Gucci and Prada shirt is covering up. After a while, they won't cover it again. Send me a DM to be a part of the Inner Child Workshop. It's been my pleasure hanging out with you today. Again, enjoy.